Hi down there. Did you just hear that? Hear what you say? Well, that rumbling thunder, of course. It sure can sound scary sometimes, but I'm not scared of it anymore. Anytime I hear thunder, it usually means the beginning of another adventure. What is that? Who am I? Well, I'm just a little raindrop waiting in this giant cloud for my chance to fall back down to the earth. The sky up ahead sure looks dark. While we wait for this storm to pass, let me tell you about one of my adventures and how something called the water cycle made it all possible. One of the first memories that I have is not of being a raindrop, but just a small droplet of water that melted off of a giant glacier. That's kind of like a giant block of moving ice, in case you didn't know. I slid right down the glacier and into the cool ocean below. Well, I was in the ocean forever. I just went wherever the tide took me. One day, I was staring up at the big white fluffy clouds, and I thought to myself, wow, it sure would be cool to be up there. I bet I could see everything. The sun was shining down so bright that day, and wouldn't you know that the more that I thought about being in those fluffy clouds, the smaller and lighter I began to feel. Soon, I was so small and light that I just rose right up into the sky. This is the first stage of the water cycle, and it's called evaporation. When I was up there, a lot of other little water droplets joined me. There were so many of us that eventually we just decided to form a cloud. Folks like to call this stage of the water cycle condensation. We were all together in the cloud for a while. It was so much fun. I saw so many new things. The cloud wandered over mountains and rivers and lakes. One time, the wind even blew us into a city where the buildings seemed to touch the sky. Well, as we were traveling, more and more water droplets decided to join us. Soon, there were so many of us that there wasn't any room to move. The cloud got heavier and heavier. It was just too crowded. I had to get out. So I said goodbye to my friends and jumped out of the cloud. Some of them even decided to join me. We were all falling down to the earth as rain. This is the third stage of the water cycle, also known as precipitation. As I was falling, I saw a small wooded area down below. That looks like a nice soft place to land, I thought to myself. I landed on the green branch of a nearby tree. I stayed there for a minute, but then I began sliding down the leaf. I slipped off the edge of the leaf and into the river below. Wow, what an exciting trip! The river moved me gently through the woods. Soon, though, the sun started shining brighter and brighter, and the sky began to calm me once again. Just like before, I felt myself flying higher and higher. The water cycle had started all over again. I wonder what new place it will take me next time.